the dime to listen to me whine about once. I am one of those melodramatic fools, neurotic to the bone, no doubt about it. Sometimes I give myself on me.
Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. Straight ahead with a nationwide audience tuning in, it's a Monday Night Primetime showdown between the Detroit Lions and the Baltimore Ravens. Both teams riding 2-0 starts here. We'll get the turkey and move to 3-0 as week 3 gets underway. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. I'm drawn up here for Daniels. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Tackled there by Mike Green.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Got it. Ready?
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. They'll run it with Travion Henderson. This is ahead for about 5. Sent to the ground by Maxwell Hairston.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Ready.
This one left for Daniels. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
Firing quickly out wide, Daniels. And he has it right near midfield here. It's like about a yard short. A gain of 15 there. And the Lions have a first down.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They'll run here with Amarion Hampton. Wow, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
Come 19. Buffalo 18. Dragon 6. Panther 11. Panther 11. Rig.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. And they make the tackle at the 38. Give him 13 on that play. And that is good for a Detroit first down. Offense executing early. New set of downs at the 38-yard line. 1st and 10. Here's Hampton. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Tackle made by the rookie from South Carolina, Nick Emanwari.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
60 Bronco 80. That's your man. 60 Bobcat. 6 Warriors 70. 60 Maverick. 60 19.
Throwing now, Daniels. Gordon down the field, and he's got it. And they're going to have first and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Solid opening drive so far, Brock. Few chances to cap it here. This is first and goal.
70 Timberwolves.
Fighting for the goal line. Oh, he lost it. Someone punched it out. And it looks like the offense was there to recover it. They're inside the 5.
Ready, set.
After a fortuitous recovery, this will be second down.
Here we go. Here we go.
A designed run. Daniels will keep it. And he's in for the touchdown. The Lions finish up an excellent opening series. Jayden Daniels with the touchdown. Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. To return, here's Raheem Mostert. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. First call here coming from the shotgun.
70 Lions. Get up. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Trap 60. Trap 60. Ready.
Ward off the play fake. That's complete to the back, Ashton Jeanty. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's going to be a Baltimore first. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Big shot to begin the drive has him up beyond the 40.
Viking 18. Panther 11. Panther 11. Go.
First and 10 here. Ward. Deep to the left side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That's going to be something to watch as this game goes on, Brock. We know they like to take their shots throughout.
Yeah, and we know this league today, Kate, loves to play that umbrella coverage, right? Try to keep everything in front of them.
Yeah.
The only way you're going to get behind them is to take shots like that one.
Second and 10 now. Ward escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And they come through the sack to bring around third down.
All right, first sack on the board, and the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
70 Lions. Warriors, 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Check. Hurt. Hurt. Ready, ready.
On third and long, it's Ward. This throw's going to wind up incomplete. The intended target is running back, and the results, fourth down coming up. So now the former longtime Lion Sam Martin out to boot it away. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. And hey, we see out under the football, but they will get nothing on that return. The Detroit offense to the line. Here's first and 10. Here's Hampton to open the drive. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. Second and 9 coming up. Only 2 yards, and it brings up second and 8.
Brings up second and 8.
That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. 7-0 is our score. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back and beginning the second quarter. Lions in possession. They'll begin the quarter with 2nd and 8.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
Daniels back to throw. Forced out to his right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Let's go now. Come back, team. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Steady.
Throw here, 3rd down. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. The Lions readying for the punt. It'll be Daniel Whelan doing the honors. Fields this clean at the 30. And it ends up a good return for him. Up past their own 40.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens set it up 1st and 10.
Steady. Go.
First play is going to be a give to Jency. He's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. From the 40-yard line now. This is 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
70 Lions. Steady.
Ward in the pistol. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Trying to get it to T. Higgins. So that brings up 2nd down.
70 Warriors, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Ward. Going deep here for the end zone. And the coverage holds up. Nicely done. They were tested. They knock it away in the end zone. That's going to bring up 3rd down. Great play defensively there to just get a hand in there and deny that touchdown.
That's exactly right. Active hands and aggressive mindset. As a DB, you've got to assume that every throw is going to be a touchdown, and you're the last line of defense, the guy that's got to make the play on the ball, and he just did.
Ward's going to throw here on 3rd. Brought in along the sideline, just need an official ruling, and they say catch. Great play. Well, they will certainly take that kind of passing from the rookie out of Miami as he gets them the first.
Bronco switch.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Running from the pistol here with Jency. He's going to be stopped, but not before he gets him all the way down to that 15-yard line. He gets a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
They'll come up on 1st and 10.
Cup 19. 19 tight. 19. Cougar 19. Riggs. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
From the red zone now. And that is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Cam Little to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens tie this game 7-7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And this one bounces into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. on first down. Daniels. Headed out right. He takes it himself. And his slide puts a bow on this play after a gain of about 6.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield. Get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means third down coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up third down and
Let's go. Look, Cowboy 80. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Ready.
From the gun, it's Daniels. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Malachi Starks. And the Ravens are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
And he makes the catch, but he will not get the feet down. Oh, Brock, that could have been a highlight reel touchdown. Instead, just an incompletion. No connection on the last play. Now it's third down.
Come on. 70, buckle up, 79 Broncos. Ready, right?
Here he goes, third and long. He's got it, complete to Pickens. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
4 downs to get this across. Here's first and goal. Jency can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3. Offense up to the line fast.
Cut 19. 19 strikes. 7 Pirates.
3-yard line.
Ready.
Out of the shotgun. It's Ward. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it.
On the ball now.
Troy Anderson. A loss of 7.
Not much scoring to this point as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. After the sack, offense dealing with third and goal now from the 10.
Dragons. Ready. 18. Pioneer. Panther 60. Mustang 19. Panther 11. Ready.
Third and long for him here. Buys time, rolling right. And it's incomplete on third and goal. No luck on the look to his back. And that forces them to fourth and goal.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So the offense staying on the field from a bit of a distance here. They're going for it on fourth and goal.
19 Lions.
Fourth down, pass coming. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens get some late points and the lead. George Pickens, the touchdown. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on fourth and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone. So the football will come back out to the 20.
Got it. Ready?
All right, Lions just about ready. First and 10.
18 Rattler. Let's go now. 70 Warriors. 70. Go.
Back to work after throwing the pick. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
Cowboy 80.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Has a man on target to Thornton. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. It's a gain of 22. And the Lions have a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
79 Broncos. Buffalo 18.
Daniels. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. That's 16 on the pickup. And that is good for a Detroit first down.
That's another Detroit.
18 cards. Let's go.
First and 10.
All right, partner. Keep on rolling, baby. You know what time it is.
Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday Night Primetime contest between the Detroit Lions and the Baltimore Ravens. Both teams riding 2-0 starts here. One, we'll get the turkey and move to 3-0 as week 3 gets underway. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is first and 10. Play action now with Daniels. He rolls to his right. Ravens get him. Down he goes. And he's taken out of bounds behind the line. That's going to be a sack. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up second down.
Panther 11. Mustang 19. Dragon 60.
Daniels now. Completed over the middle. And he is stopped with authority there, but that stop came later than they'd like as he gets a good bit and that first down. All set to go now from the 35. First carry here for the rookie from UNC. Robbed by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Ready.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Ready. Panthers 70 Timberwolves. 18 Rattler. 18 Rat. 19 Lions.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Chased out to his right. Now here he goes. And this one only manages a yard before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's an excellent job by the defense. All eyes on the quarterback. When you're playing a quarterback that can escape, well, even though you cover, you still got to cover down and go chase that QB out of bounds before he can get the first down.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
Here we go, here we go. Trap 60, Panther 60, Panther 60. 60 Mavericks, go.
Air it out on 3rd. Finds him on the crossing route. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works. They come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
So here we go. This is that aggressive mindset they've been talking about. They're going for it here. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That was a big 3-yard gain because if instead of a turnover on downs, partner, it gets him the first.
Some tough running from the leader of the offense right there. Didn't have a ton of room, but he made it work well enough to move those chains.
Let's go. Not like it, Warriors. 79 Broncos. 70 Red.
On first down, here's Daniels. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. That is Nick Emanwari. And the Ravens are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. So what happened there, partner? Looked like he'd found an early rhythm on that opening series until that last throw.
Yeah, fine line between confidence, which he certainly had, and rhythm, and then also just unwise decision-making, forcing that pick.
The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up, 1st and 10.
Ready, ready.
First carry here for Ashton Jeanty. Well, maybe the rest of the game is going to be headed in the proper direction, Brock, but their first play winds up going backwards. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
On the ready.
Went the wrong way on first down, Brock. Here comes 2nd and 12.
Go. Ready.
Shotgun snap man Award. His first throw is an interception. And the Lions get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Kennedy Lions. Nothing.
Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. He'll get it complete to Travion Henderson. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
This is Henderson on 2nd down. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to keep them from piling on those yards.
So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up.
I know coordinator, quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, the defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Nike 18. Dragon 60. 18, Pioneer. Go.
Here's Daniels. Ball's out. The ball's out. He lost it. The Ravens pick it up. And they will not score. They needed one more step to make it, but they are going to take over at the goal line. If there was a metaphorical panic button over there right now, partner, I feel like this would be the time to press it.
And you know me, I take the elevator right down to the field and press it now.
And this defense, man, they have seized on the opportunity that's been presented to them early.
And here's what happens with defenses. Once they feel an offense is loose with the ball, this poor ball security, they're going to be ripping and clawing and tearing for it all game long.
Genty punches it in for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens parlay the turnover into a lead. Cam Little to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. No return as this bounces into the end zone. The ball's coming out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Get up. 19, Tiger, 19, 60, Maverick, 60, 60, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Now Daniels to throw. Lofts it deep right side. And he makes the wait. No, he didn't hang on. It falls incomplete. Intended target Dante Thornton Jr. And now it's 2nd down. He'll try again from the 20 after the incompletion.
60 Bobcats, 6. Come on, come on. 10 to 60, 10 to 60. Cougar 19. 70 race, Buffalo 18. Check,
They kick the running back in motion.
19 tight, 19, Warriors 70. Ready,
To throw again on 2nd down. Daniels. He's loaded another one up. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
Okay, we've seen this running back pretty busy here early on in the passing game, and not just with checkdowns. You can tell this was going to be part of the game plan, and I don't think one incompletion here to him is going to deter that effort.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
19, Cowboy 8, Panther 11, Panther 11. Mustang 19. Cut 19. Cut
Receiver in motion going left.
Ready.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. That is once again incomplete, and consecutive incompletions have now pushed them to 4th down.
Well, we've been here once before already, Kate. They converted on that 4th down. Hey, I wouldn't put it past them to try it again, but from this spot, I think most coaches would just punt it away.
3 straight passes have hit the ground, but here we go. They're going for it on 4th.
Let's go now. Dragons, Cougar 19.
Running back sent in motion.
Go street.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. To throw again, it's Daniels. And this one's swatted away by a defender, so they went for it unsuccessfully, and now they turn it over on downs.
I'm not sure it matters whether you think you've got the perfect play call in that situation. Hey, listen, going for it anywhere inside your own 20, the risk, it outweighs the reward 5-fold, maybe 10-fold.
And that is exactly what you're looking for on a 1st down run. He picked up 7.
Panther 60, 60 Maverick, 60
On
Maverick.
the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
79 Broncos.
At the 12-yard line.
Go.
Ward in the pistol. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd down.
Kate, I got to believe he hearkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down.
18, Pioneer. 60. Ready.
Here he is on 3rd and short. He brings it in. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Buffalo 18.
We're through one on Monday Night Primetime. It's the Ravens flying to an early lead. Back to the bank in just a moment. Welcome back. 2nd quarter about to start. Ravens with a chance for at least 3, maybe 6. Here's Genty. And that right there's the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point.
19 Lions. Ready, right?
Here's a design run. And he only gets this one down to the 9. Only a yard on that pickup, and it's going to be 3rd and goal at the 9.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that passing, Brock. Throwing into double coverage. How's Coach going to feel about that one?
Yeah, that's a no-no. Yeah, I experienced that as a player and now as a coach. Please don't do that again. In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
This one's going to bounce into the end zone and will end as a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10.
Get it. Cut, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Warriors 70, 18 Rambler, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
To throw, Daniels. Big gain downfield. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. So the big play gets him just beyond midfield. It's 1st down.
19 take. Dragons,
First and 10 at
79
the
Broncos,
48-yard line.
65. Rig alert, rig alert. Go.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Horton down the field, and he's got it. And he hits that enemy 25-yard line before he is sent out. They get 23 on that one. And the Lions have a 1st down.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
25-yard line.
18, Justice, Buffalo 18.
Daniels back to throw. Finds a man right side. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Let's go now. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 19 Charger, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Panther 11. Ready.
Daniels is going to throw again. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Malachi Starks.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. In this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10.
Ready, ready. Cowboy 70 Lions. Left step, Warriors 70. Check.
Working from his end zone. Higgins downfield, and he has it. And they're there to send him out of bounds, but Brock, the damage has been done as he gets him up past the 20. To the line and set. Here we go, 1st down.
Here we go. Check.
22-yard line.
Genty from the gun. He made most of that one. Didn't he give him 9 yards on that 1st down carry?
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and a yard at the 31-yard line.
This is Genty on 2nd. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
That's good.
Cup 19. Cup 19. Come on.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the gun, it's Ward. Absolutely fires this one right side. Oh, he's got it. It's in close. He will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with first and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
19
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal.
Drag 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Out of the shotgun, it's Ward. And that is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens grow their lead just before halftime. On is Little for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Ravens take a 3-possession lead.
Lions nothing. Cam Little to kick off.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And no return here. This is a touchback, and the ball's going to come out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Detroit offense to the line. Here's first and 10.
Packers 60, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. 18, Pioneer.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Dump off caught by his back. And he gets it up close to the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Dude, I don't know why every once in a while I get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
They kick the running back in motion.
60 bucks, Panther 11, Panther 11. Warriors 70.
Out of the gun, Daniels. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And it's third down now.
Third down and 6 yards to go.
Throw here, third down. That one finds his man, likely. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
70 Timberwolves.
It's a gain of 6.
Rolling on first down, Daniels. On the move, headed right. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. Not on the same page with his tight end. And it's going to be second down.
19 tight, 19.
To the air again, Daniels. Caught for big yards on the right side. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
27 yards. And the Lions.
First down from the 42.
Here we go.
First down,
Top
Lions.
18, Pioneer. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Top 50.
Again, Daniels to the air. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they're going to be forced to regroup a bit ahead of second down.
Panther 60, 60 back, 19 Tiger, Panther 11, Panther 11. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Flushed out of the pocket. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up third down.
That right there, Kate, that's taking the hard lessons from the previous drive and putting it into practice right here. You don't see a throw you like, it's too tight a window, don't risk yet another interception.
Hello, 7 tight, 79, Panther 60, 19 tight, 19 tight. Check, 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 check.
Back to throw it. This is a heater going deep. He's got it inside the 10. And somehow they've reached the end zone with no time remaining in the half. Manage that clock beautifully. Down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. And a kick is good, so they take some valuable points off that lead right at the end of this half. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Aubrey now to kick this one away. To return, here's Raheem Mostert. And this drive will start inside the 25.
At their own 23-yard line.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
And off to Genty. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Offense to the line fast.
Warriors 70.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 21-yard line.
Shotgun snap now to Ward. Escapes the pocket. This has been a trend. Yet another interception. Rick Woolen with the INT. And the Lions will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Hold it ready.
All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10.
Flat. Flat.
They'll go left side with Hampton. Small gain there, maybe 3 if he's lucky to begin this drive.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gives you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
Let's go. 19. Shot. Ready.
Back to throw. Here's Daniels. They'll set up the screen. It's Williams. And he's going to be brought down after a gain of 5 right up next to that line to gain. 3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
I'm drawn up here for Daniels. And this drive is going to continue. He's taken down at the 2 on 3rd down. And they've got themselves a 1st and goal.
76.
Throwing now, Daniels. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And he's in for the Detroit touchdown. The Lions start the 2nd half with some needed points.
The kicker on.
No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to drop plays and have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Mostert on the return. This makes it up to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. 1st and 10.
Go. Go.
Giving this to Genty. Up the sideline, past the 40. And he's out of bounds, but what a great play there, Brock. He's got him into field goal range. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Ward in the pistol. Thrown all the way to the end zone here. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
18. Pioneer. Ready.
2nd and 10. Here's Ward to throw. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
Those are the kind of decisions you got to make in that spot. And the smart quarterbacks, they seem to do it consistently. When you're in enemy territory, a throwaway is always better than risking a turnover.
Let's go now. 79 Broncos. Cowboy 80. Check go.
going to throw here on third. So this one on the defense. So they make the stop, but they do it with some illegal aid. The referees say there was interference that time.
And this is why it is so hard to stop these offenses. It's hard enough to cover, right, obviously, without being penalized, but then you get a little bump, you get a little push, and now you get a third down conversion via penalty.
Oh, an exceptionally painful penalty as it sets up 1st and 10 now inside the red zone.
Cougar 19.
From the red zone on first. And that is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens make it a 9-point advantage. On is Little for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens make it a 10-point ball game. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Come on. Press all 80. 70 Rangers. 19 tight. 19. Cut. 60 Maverick. 6 Warriors. 7 Dragon. 60. Go.
Now Daniels to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. That'd be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Mustang Knight, Buffalo, Panther 11, Panther 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
On 2nd and 10 now, Daniels. Porting down the field, and he's got it. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. Oh, just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
Drop 60. Here we go, strike.
Play action now with Daniels. Buying some time left. Knocked away, that's going to be incomplete. Defender there, that brings up 2nd down.
I'm not going to be surprised at all, Kate, if we see more of this. Just trying to find some answer, extend plays, be creative, try different things, because nothing really consistently has gone well for him today.
60 bites, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. 18, Pioneer. 18, 19.
2nd down and 10. Daniels. Finds him over the middle. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. So now here's 3rd and 5.
Let's go now. 70 Rangers, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 70 Timberwolves, Warriors, 70.
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They've jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time.
19 tight, 19 tight, 19, 18. Go street. Cup 19.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. Look at that power, deep left side. Brought in inside the 20. And this is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
7 Pirates, 7 Panther 11, Panther 11. 60 Eagles, 60.
They'll run with Hampton. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, it did the job on first down. More to come.
And he's got it. Has a layup for it, but touchdown. The Lions shrinking the lead some in the third. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
This one is up and good. And the Lions cut it to a field goal game. Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Mostert on the return. And he's out a little short of the 30. First call here coming from the shotgun.
19 stop, Cowboy 80. Ready?
From the gun, it's Ward. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got second down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Here we go, here we go. Go.
Shotgun give here to Genty. This run is going to push him inside the 40. Give him 7 there. Offense in the hurry up here.
18 Radley.
Brings up second and 2.
60 Bobcat.
To the air with Ward. Sends this to the end zone. And he sails that one over the end zone. That throw doesn't lead to 6. But still plenty of options left on 3rd and short.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB. Over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play on offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down.
Ready? 19 Lions. 60 Eagles. 70 Red. Mustang 19.
Here he is on 3rd and short. Oh no, they get him yet again. And he's going to score on the pick 6. Touchdown Detroit.
Kate, I know you've listened to me over the years, praise and compliment offenses to just not go away from success. If you're running it well, keep running it. If you're throwing it, keep throwing it. Don't go away from it. Well, this defense, they're not going away from the pressure. And you see the dividends it's paid this time all the way for 6 points.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Mostert on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35.
At their own 33-yard line.
First down now. Ball at the 33.
19. Ready? Panther 19 Tiger.
Ward shaking off the pick here. Forced out to his right. Now he'll fire one up the middle and deep.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Come on. Warriors 70.
2nd and 10 now. Ward brought in by his back here. It's Genty. And They're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Ready? Chop 60, chop. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready?
First and 10 here. Ward. Buys time, rolling right. Moving right. Airs it out down this. He's got it deep downfield. And this is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with first and goal. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you got to admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
Go! Ready? Go!
Straight ahead with Genty. And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a fourth quarter lead.
We've seen all game long how difficult it has been for this defense to try to contain this guy. Not only through the air, now 2 touchdowns on the ground. He's just been a difference maker.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens push their lead to 3. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And this one bounces into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Detroit offense to the line. Here's first and 10.
18 Cardinal, 70, 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. 60
Out of the gun, Daniels. Dumped off to his running back. And he is persuaded to go out of bounds just as he gets this up past the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that is good for a Detroit first down.
First and 10 at the
Let's go now.
32-yard
Mustang
line.
19. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. 19 Lions.
From the gun, it's Daniels. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. Taking a deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
Comeback Warriors 70. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. 19 sight. 18.
To throw again on second down. Daniels. He's looking deep once again. This one's knocked away, so that's incomplete. And now we've got a flag down. This may be against the offense as well. With 3rd and 10 coming up, they felt comfortable going ahead and declining that penalty. Gotta figure out this 3rd down here.
Dragon 60. Red. Traffic. Cowboy. Panther and left. Buffalo 18. Ready.
To the air on 3rd and long. He's trying to go deep again. They connect on the deep shot. And he has this down to the 34. Offense in the hurry up here.
Panther leading.
Lions first down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
76. 79 Broncos. 18 left. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Ready, right?
On first down, here's Daniels. Chased out to his right. He can run it. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Cougar 19. 19 sight. 19. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Rig alert. Rig alert.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He can take it to the house.
They keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Come on, come on. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Go.
From the red zone now. It's inside the 10. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Lions take a 4th quarter lead. Jayden Daniels with the touchdown. And this distance, a very dangerous player on any pass play because, Brock, as he's scanning the field to throw for the end zone, he's looking for an avenue to run it to.
Okay, this is exactly why it's never been harder to play defense in the NFL. The precision and the execution in the passing game, the efficiency has never been better. But then when you do cover it up, you got guys like this who can scramble and make you pay with their legs.
And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Buffalo 18. 18. Mustang 9. Trap 60. Trap 18 Cardinal. 18.
Out of the shotgun, it's Ward. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. They gain 11 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. New set of downs from the 37.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
60 Bison. 60 Bison. Cup 19. Cup 19. Warriors 70.
1st down throw here for Ward. Escapes out to the left. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
That's a veteran move right there by a rookie quarterback. You see so many rookies, we do, Kate, who try to play hero ball and force things in every single spot. He's already wise enough to know how to throw it away.
18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Ready.
2nd and 10. Here's Ward to throw. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And they're going to get to him right along that midfield stripe, Brock, as he's set out.
15 yards on the play.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Go street.
1st and 10 at the
70
50-yard
Lions.
line.
7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. 19 tight. 19 tight. Ready, ready.
Again, Ward going to the air. Cuffs, this is Xavier Leggett. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
They give up the guts. It's Genty. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
33-yard line.
Going to the ground again on 1st.
Genty, ball carrier. He was brought down by Caleb Bullock. It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Ravens needing 4 points. All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Down. Bronco 80. Trap 60. Trap 60. Ready.
Shotgun snap down to Ward. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's got it inside the 10. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the 1st down.
Do you feel sometimes, Kate, up here in the booth when we get to see things develop, we're playing the same guessing game the defenses are on those kind of plays? Is he planning on keeping it or just waiting for a throw to develop and get open? That time the QB did a terrific job of finding that outlet.
Cougar 19.
2
Genty will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
Cowboy 80.
He'll look to throw it. And he scores. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens have taken the lead late. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens push their lead to 3. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone. So the football will come back out to the 20. Now Ryan Lyons just about ready. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Dump off caught by his back. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Running back sent in motion. Setting up to pass. Finds him over the middle. And he's stopped cold at the spot. We'll keep paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
7 o'clock Warriors. 10-11. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats. Go.
Here he is to throw. This one's going to hit the ground. Incomplete. Looking for his running back there. Going to send him back to the drawing board now for 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Daniels is going to throw again. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line.
79 Broncos. 70 Rangers. 18 Rattlers.
Here he is to throw. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up. And that offense isn't budging. They're going for it.
60 Bison. Mustang 19 tight. 19 tight. Dragon 60.
They kick the running back in motion. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way. That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. He even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
And they get him for a loss. That's a big one, Brock, and might see them burn a timeout.
Tackled back at the 41-yard line.
So it ends as a win for the Ravens. Well, Brock, we both thought coming into this one that it was going to be a tough hill to climb going up against one of the better defenses in the NFL. But these guys looked and said, Hill? What hill?
And you know what? I think that happened over the course of this week. Sometimes when you know what you're facing, Kate, and you're watching tape and it's a really good defense, you know you got to be on your game. And this offense certainly was today.